Okay, so believe it or not, my little friend is taking a nap, so I'm finally able to come on here and talk to you guys about dark circles. So dark circles are something that have literally been a problem for me since I was in elementary school. Like, my teachers would comment to my mom that they thought I didn't feel good because I had such dark circles. Yes, real true fact. So that was actually one of the things that really appealed to me about Saint's makeup when I very first started using it, because I saw the really good results that gals were getting with covering dark circles. Now, there are a few issues that people can have with trying to conceal under eye darkness. So my poll from a few days ago asked about if you didn't know what color to use, if you had too much texture, and or if your issue was that the coverage didn't last. So shocker, all three of these things are really closely tied together. So we're going to take a closer look at each of those and then what you can do to fix it. Okay, so if you are like a makeup novice or beginner, or you're just getting started, you can 100% use just one color to brighten around your under eyes. But if you are really struggling with under eye darkness, it's something that you want to correct or fix, then I would recommend using two brightening colors or two colors under your eye in addition to your main highlight color. So here you're going to see I've got my main color Candlelit. That's what I use all over my face. Then here I've got Palace, which you can tell it kind of has like a peachier undertone. So a little bit more orange in Palace. And then I've got Versailles, which is just a really bright fair color. I really like a bright pop, so I like using this really light shade, but we're not going to use it the way that we've conventionally learned to use light colors around our eyes. One of the things I love about the Saint community, or being a Saint artist, is the community of other artists. So I actually learned this trick from another artist named Amy, and she's one of my friends. We've been in like training calls and stuff together, and she used to be a teacher too, and she taught this, and I was like, this makes sense to me for the first time ever, so now I am regurgitating it to you guys. So if you look at my eyes, you are going to just see they're just dark. Yep. Just dark right in here. There's not really any vibrancy. So most darkness on your face means you've got too much blue or an excess of blue. So picture the color wheel. If you think about primary colors, you've got red, blue, and yellow. So the opposite of blue on a triangle is red and yellow, or orange. So you want to use an orange or peachy undertone to correct your under eyes. So for me, that's going to be Palace. Look at the next slide for a visual about this. Okay, so now you're understanding a little bit about how to pick the right color. The key to picking the right color is, if you pick the correct color, you should use such a small amount of that color that you're going to minimize the amount of texture that you can see under your eye. So I am using, this is one of our demi brushes. It is the spot brush. It's really fluffy. It's got a like pointy tip. And I'm going to go into that Palace, and I'm going to just place that right on the darkest parts of my under eye. This is using like the smallest amount of product possible, because everybody has texture on their skin. Like, unless your skin is flawless, which hardly anybody's is, you're going to have some texture. Now, the goal is that our makeup does not accentuate the texture or make it worse. And so if you're having to put a lot on to get the coverage, so what I was saying is, if you're having to use like a ton of product to get the coverage that you want, then you're not using the right color, which means you're gonna see more texture, because you have on too much product. And if you have on too much product and you see a lot of texture, you're not going to get long lasting coverage, because the more makeup that's on your face, the more easy it is for it just to like get wiped off or sweated off, because it's just like building and building. So you can already see how that Palace, that peachy color, made a huge difference. I'm just going to fluff a little bit on, kind of on my waterline, just because it's particularly dark there, and right here in the inner corner of my eye. So you can see already a good difference. And I'm going to take it to like on my lid because I think that that contributes to my overall darkness around my eye. Again, I'm picking up such a little bit of this on this very soft brush. It's using very little at all. Okay, so we're already looking way better from this eye to this eye. Next thing we're gonna do, flip the brush over to the tiny end. Again, the goal here to reduce texture and to make it last longer is to use the least amount of product possible. So now I'm gonna tap into my Versailles and I'm gonna put some of this out here. Anywhere you put a light shade, it is going to draw the eye's attention. So if we're putting a light shade not on this darkest part of my eye, people are going to naturally and inadvertently see a different area of your eye. I'm even going to take just a little bit and tap it almost on the side of my nose because this skin right here like doesn't move. The side of your nose skin is not going to crease. So if I'm going to put extra product, I'm going to put it there. Okay. Now I'm going to blend, just flip the brush over. Okay, so we're blending. And we're gonna blend this down the side of my nose. Gonna blend this out. So again, we're just in the inner, or brightening up the center of your face. This is going to help with my nose contour here. I'm just blending this. Just gently kind of fluffing around. Okay. So it's looking much better. Now, of course, like I said, any makeup that's on your skin, unless your skin is flawless, like a doll, which I don't think anyone's actually porcelain, you're going to see some level of texture. So you just have to have a realistic expectation that there is going to be a tiny bit that you're going to be able to see. And that's okay because, again, I don't think anybody expects for that not to be there. But you can tell how much better this side looks than this. Okay, and my final tip for ensuring that you don't use too much product and longevity of wear so that it stays all day is this little guy. These are our Perfector sponge. Our Perfector sponge is awesome. Before I started, I ran this underwater. I got it totally saturated, squeezed it in a hand towel, and it was just sitting here. So it's damp. It like doubles in size from when it arrives. And our setting spray. So you're gonna squirt your spray on your damp sponge. Now, I suggest using this all over your whole face once you do your makeup because it's gonna make it last, but especially under your eyes because it is gonna pick up any product that is excess, which is gonna help you with the texture and it's gonna ensure that your makeup stays all day. One of these bottles of setting spray will last you like forever. I've had the same one for like, I think well over a year. And the other tip I will give you about texture is you must keep your brushes clean. Okay, I lied. Last tip. I hit on it in the last slide, but you have to keep your brushes clean, y'all. I cleaned my brushes before I did this demo, which shows you can literally clean them in 5 seconds and your brush will be dry. But if your brush gets like too caked up with product, it's impossible to apply the like tiny amount that you need. So you just want to make sure that you're caring for your brushes. You'll increase the longevity of their life and you're going to get like the true application that they're intended for, which is not needing a ton of stuff because the creams themselves are hyper pigmented. So I'm off to do my other eye and I'm going to post some more info about picking the right color. Please just message me a no makeup picture if you need me to help you pick the right color for your under eye because that's going to solve a lot of your problems.